Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the market so we can finally talk bearish. We broke our key support, and when we did, we saw a pretty significant flush below it. 289.41 was that level, and we dropped down to 287.66, almost a $2 drop from that level. We did see a bit of a bounce at the end of the day, and it's notable that it was the tech sector behind it at this point. And pretty much the only time you're going to see red days of that size is if the tech sector has a bad day. And the tech sector is the largest holding in the S&P 500. Financial is number 2, but you can tell there's just a clear juggernaut aspect to the tech sector and the weight that it does have on everything. So we have the lower high or the double top and a lower low now. So this shifts things, and we're going to be watching now. Do we just bounce, set a lower high, and then continue to pull back? And is this going to lead to weekly consolidation and a loss of the exponential moving averages for the first time in 3+ months? This is the first time the daily uptrend's been lost in 3 months. So we're going to be watching how much weakness do we get from here. And we can watch one day at a time, and the hourly time frame has a lot of clarity. So here's the hourly bounce attempt. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, first thing I'm looking at pre-market is, have we broken the high of where we topped out on that bounce? If we have not, we're going to start the day lower, and that's going to be the key resistance. And if we have, it just popped above it right when I'm talking after hours. Either way, though, we're going to watch where we are in the morning. And if we have followed through a little bit more significantly, we're going to be watching this next resistance at the high of today at 291.72. And if the bulls make their way all the way back to the high of the day, that is a very significant recovery, and it will be very notable if it does happen. But we're going to be looking bearish tomorrow because we are going to be looking for a lower high and for the bulls to tire themselves out on this bounce and set that lower high. So IWM is falling apart, as the biotech sector is as well. This is the lowest price in 3 months. That is very notable. What started as very healthy consolidation has picked it up in a big way, and support was 163.64. We broke that level, so the weekly uptrend is now broken. And even if we bounce from here, it's the potential of a head and shoulders reversal pattern with the left shoulder, the head, and then that would be a right shoulder if we bounce and then continue down. So the question is, are we done pulling back for now? And if we are not, then we're going to watch how brutal it gets. And if we are, we're going to look for that lower high on the bounce attempts. QQQ on the daily, 50-day moving average holding for 3 months, still holding at this point. We did break a couple supports, but you can see there's price action right around this level where we did bounce off of. And it's the same thing. Are we going to set a lower high? So pretty much any individual name tomorrow, look at the hourly. So QQQ, we have the top of the bounce. Individual names like Amazon, top of the bounce, Netflix, everybody. We have very clear resistance levels that we're going to be watching to know if the bulls still have control on the bounce or if they are weak and we're dropping to lower lows. So hourly time frame is going to determine how I attack tomorrow morning and these individual names. Financial sector, actually QQQ on the weekly. I'd say the most important level on the weekly is 180.12. Lose that level and it's a clear shift on the weekly time frame, but at this point the higher lows are still holding. XLF saw follow through today, and if XLF was red today, it would have been a very brutal day in the markets. So a big upper wick of profit taking, we knew a lower high was going to form, and this could essentially be what the hourly charts are going to be looking like in these names tomorrow that we're looking for. The all-out dump today, the afternoon bounce attempt, and we're scouting for that lower high tomorrow morning, potentially. Again, depends on what futures traders do overnight. But now we're going to see if we change the hourly trend here on XLF and start to pull back. We'll see if the bulls can form a higher low compared to 27.47, and they better, or this market could get ugly. I don't care about the weekly. There's not much to say on the weekly here. Support is 27.49, and we bounced 2 pennies above that. And if we lose that level a bit more clearly, that would be notable. VIX, huge day today, so finally getting all those over all those resistance levels. They do it all at once. Remember, we're talking about these Bollinger Bands getting tight. Let's see if we can get a huge breakout over these levels. We would obviously have to see just bearish continuation of lower highs and lower lows on these hourly time frames. We are rejecting from the upper Bollinger Band at this point, and there was significant profit taking by the end of the day. But again, watch the hourly time frame for these names. Here's TVIX. In the hourly chart, there's our support level. So same thing, but just the opposite. Can the bulls hold this support level tomorrow morning? Are we going to bounce up and just set a lower high here and see an equilibrium form? All kinds of stuff that the hourly time frame is going to give us better insight for tomorrow morning. Best of luck out there. We'll check in over the weekend.